pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. They be taking everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Newton on first down. Steps away to his left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, how about that adrenaline? First play of the game, and we have a catch that we're going to talk about probably the rest of this game and straight into the highlights.
Right out of the gate. What an effort. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's rock now. Hey.
Now the man from nearby Stanford, Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 guy. Check 6 guy. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. On the ball. Hey. 20.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Looking for the end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So our initial drive this afternoon results in 3. Not sure that that's a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
You're exactly right about that. I love how you framed it, right? Not sure it's a statement, but at the same time, you're putting something out there, aren't you? Letting them know, hey, we came to play today.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Four down. Alert. Set up.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st down, Newton. Over the middle to Beckham. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards through the air on a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Express. Ready.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
20.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
boys. We got four. Four down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Now Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Set. 180. Hey, hey.
To throw on second down is Newton. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Hey, hey. Gun, gun. Gun, gun, gun. Hey, hey. Motion.
Third and long, it's Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
White.
Now a handoff off looking right. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on second down. Newton. This will be caught at about the 5. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Gun. You're set. 180. White to the 3. Great.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey.
They get it to him running left. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. So third and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Here's Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 down, check, 4 down.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Wait.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this.
3.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
6.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Nothing conservative about that play call. You said earlier in the quarter you wanted to see them open things up, maybe take some shots downfield. There you go.
Yeah, and that one was successful. But even if they're not successful, when you take those shots downfield, they've got to back off a little bit, loosen up a little bit on defense, and give you a little bit more room if you want to run the football.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Wait. Check. Here we go. Hurry up.
On third down, it's Mullins, and he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down.
21.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Sturgis adds the PAT. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A gain of 3, second down.
tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Mike, check, 59.
On third down, that's Mullins. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now Landry. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Taking a shot for Samuel. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught at the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down, McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
11.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And his pass incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch. But underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Great. Gun. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Let's get it. Gun.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton. Trying to improvise. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Let's rock now. Gun.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Flushed out right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards on the ground. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that? Hitting the defense hard early. And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Down to about the 22 here. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
21.
Play action. Garoppolo. Now he steps away. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll run it on the toss. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daniil Hunter. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
20.
To throw on 2nd down. Newton. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Give a set. 180. Check me out. Check me out. We got 3 down. We got to stand up over there. 20. 8.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Giants on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Set. Set 180. Hey.
Now Newton on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
180. Check 43. Hey. Motion. Greg. Gun. 56. Greg.
To throw on second down, Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Giants on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
3 down. 180. 20. Hey. 8.
Newton to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go. Hurry up.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Go ahead. Hey, let's get that.
On third down, it's Mullins. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
21. What's in? 180.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board, but kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Gun. Hey. Great. Gun.
Throwing here, Newton. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Great. Mike 55. Hey. Gun.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A road win in the National Football League.